Rhode Island lawmakers unveiling a $13.1 billion state budget proposal.
That budget includes a lot of federal money, and we're learning where those dollars are going and how some of it is going to help Rhode Island renters and landlords. 12 News reporter Brittany Schaefer joining us live from the State House with a look at that initiative. Brittany.
Well, Kim Bryan, the federal eviction moratorium is set to expire at the end of the month. It's why state lawmakers want Rhode Islanders to take advantage of Rent Relief RI. Thousands of Rhode Islanders are eligible for a new assistance program.
Rhode Island renters could get a total of 18 months of assistance.
Rent Relief RI helps people pay rent and utilities who were set back financially by the pandemic. The program aims to put money into the pockets of tenants facing eviction while also strengthening neighborhoods and the state's economy.
Keep people in their homes, preserve their credit rating, make sure the landlord gets made whole, and the taxes and city towns are getting paid. So it's a win-win-win-win.
Rent Relief RI can help with rent expenses dating back to April 2020 and can cover up to 3 months of upcoming rent. The program is made possible through federal COVID funding.
The opportunity to spend a federal dollar over a state dollar, I will always choose the federal dollar.
And it's federal dollars that House Speaker Joe Shekarchi says allowed lawmakers to increase the proposed state budget by $2 billion. The budget proposes more spending on social services and education while largely excluding tax increases and the car tax.
I don't think this is the year where you do tax increases coming out of a pandemic.
And I asked Governor Dan McKee if he's going to sign the $13.1 billion proposed budget. He says that he thinks so, but he would like to see an itemized list of the $2 billion increase from his proposed budget back in March. Coming up new at 5, I'll have more on his reaction to the proposed budget. For now, live in Providence, Brittany Schaefer, 12 News.
Rhode Island lawmakers have released their proposed state budget for the new fiscal year set to start in July.
It includes a lot of added federal funding, and tonight we're hearing reaction from Governor Dan McKee. 12 News reporter Brittany Schaefer joins us now live from the State House with the new details. Brittany?
Well, Mike Shannon, I asked Governor Dan McKee if he's going to sign the $13.1 billion budget. He says he thinks so, but he was shocked to see the plan had grown by nearly $2 billion from his original proposal back in March. After a year of COVID, Governor Dan McKee tells me he thinks now is not the time to increase taxes.
I think we made the right choice. This is not the time frame to be taxing people of the state of Rhode Island when we don't have to.
On Thursday night, Rhode Island lawmakers revealed a $13.1 billion proposed budget for the 2021-2022 fiscal year. It proposes more spending on social services and education while largely excluding tax increases and continuing to phase out the car tax. This plan is $2 billion more than McKee's March proposal.
I believe that the budget is manageable. I just want to take a look at the actual details of those increases.
The $2 billion increase is mainly funded by federal dollars from recent stimulus laws. McKee says initial budget forecasts showed large deficits due to the pandemic, but the rebounding economy and federal dollars has led to surpluses. House Speaker Joe Shekarchi tells me regardless, balancing a budget isn't easy.
This was a difficult budget to do because it was almost like a 2-year budget. Last year we didn't have a lot. We had passed the so-called skinny budget.
Shekarchi tells me he's glad to increase the budget using federal dollars over state money. That includes $350 million of federal funding that lawmakers say they want to give to renters facing eviction. The federal eviction moratorium is set to expire at the end of the month. Rent Relief RI can help people pay rent and utilities who were set back financially by the pandemic.
Keep people in their homes, preserve their credit rating, make sure the landlord gets made whole, and the taxes and city towns are getting paid. So it's a win-win-win-win.
And Rent Relief RI can make payments directly to landlords and utility providers for renters. To apply online, you can head to our website for that link at WPRI.com. For now, live in Providence, I'm Brittany Schaefer, 12 News.